Intelligence company Anthropic says it's adding digital watermarks to some content created with its Claude AI models. The idea is to embed hidden digital markers in AI-generated text to mark it as written by the program and not by a human. Files processed by Claude will also carry digital signatures, but even human-written content could be marked if Claude is used to proofread, format, or translate it. Now, this only applies to models in the European Union to comply with the AI Act there.